Thank you.
No problem.
Hi, everyone. My name is Judy, and I am currently a news writer at WGN-TV. So, what's a news writer? Well, it's kind of pretty self-explanatory, right? News writer, I write the news. But I like to think of it as like roles, playing roles. So, does everyone know what a producer is in terms of like the news? Yeah, right? So I like to think of the producer as kind of like the creative genius behind the newscast or the show. So they come up with kind of an idea of what they want their show to look like, and then they think about what pieces are necessary to put together to create that image that they want the show to look like. Well, the news writers are the people that actually create those pieces and then put them together accordingly. And then the producers kind of, move them around as they see fit to kind of get it to look like that image that they wanted in their head at the beginning. So we're the ones that get everything done. We put everything together and we do it on time. So a job description, a one-line job description of a news writer would be someone who's responsible for all aspects of writing for news broadcasts. Pretty boring, pretty simple. What I tell people who are not in the field of journalism is simply, I write what the news anchors read. And they're like, oh, that's so cool, da-da-da-da-da. And they ask me all these questions, and it leads to conversations. But like in layman terms, that's kind of the simplest way I can explain it. But it's really a whole lot more. So I got this from straight off of our job description of a news writer from our website. So what do I really do? Well, I write for stories and teases, write for on-air and online. I work with reporters and photographers in the field, do desktop editing. We work with Final Cut Pro. I'm sure you guys are familiar with that, even though this is a radio class. Review feed tapes. So I know you guys sometimes see like WGN trucks, like on the street, or ABC, CBS. So those are photographers in there, similar to what he's doing. So they set up cameras at the side of a story, and they have tapes inside those cameras. So what they do is they bring them back to us, or they feed them into our server, and our job is to go through the video and see what part of the video we want to use. We have to edit it according to our story, what we wrote. And so that's how we do it. So we're not just writers, we're also editors, which you wouldn't think of if I told you I was a news writer. I don't think video editing would necessarily come to mind. But I would say that we spend 50% of the time writing and 50% of the time video editing. So it is half and half. So we do have to know both. Gather information on late stories, i.e. breaking news. So, you guys heard the term breaking news. So it's our job, if something breaks at 10:50 and the midday news starts at 11, that's us scrambling to write that script in there and get that video in there in time and get information to producers and to the anchors so that they look like they know what they're talking about. So that's all us behind the scenes scrambling. So yeah. And then we also contribute creative ideas for broadcasts and websites. And that's just going above and beyond all of this. So on top of that, we got to be creative and go above and beyond. So, and then among other things, just like any other job, there's always little things that you're asked to do or that falls in your lap that's not necessarily part of your job requirement. So those are always the fun ones. So a day in the life, you ask me, what does a day in the life of a news writer look like? It's never the same. So I can't tell you what it looks like. I can give you what my job description is, what I just did. I can tell you what our requirements are, but I can't tell you what a day in the life looks like because I don't even know what tomorrow or what Friday will look like, or the weekend. Because yes, we do work on weekends too. News never stops. So for me, for someone like me, that's a good thing because I don't like to be bored. I like versatility. So, it works for me. This type of environment works for me. However, it can also prove to be very stressful because you can't predict what a day is going to look like. You don't know if something's going to crash. You don't know if this is going to be the day for breaking news, just one after another. So, it can prove to be stressful, but it's exciting too at the same time. What you see is news. What you know is background. What you feel is opinion. So as a news writer, we write the news. So we write what we see or what we read, right? But we never write what we know. So if I feel like I'm like really a healthy person and I am really up on nutrition and health, and I'm asked to write a health story, I can't inject something that, even though I know to be fact, I can't inject it in there because I have nowhere to source it. I have myself to source it. That's not a source. You write the news. You don't write background. You don't write your opinion. You write strictly the news. So I graduated, and after graduating, I was able to land a full-time writing internship for the Midday News. I was supposed to be interning for 6 months, but after 4 months, a freelance writing position opened up, and I put in for it and got it. So the importance of internships, they can make or break your career, and you're not even in it yet. So they're that important. Networking is just as equally important. It's a critical field, but it's a very rewarding field too, because every day, at the end of the day, you have a finished product that you can say, I did this, I completed this today. Please, please, please do your reel while you're an intern, because I was trying to do it afterwards, and it's a lot harder because you're already hired. So you're a part of this company now, and there are certain things expected of you. As an intern, they want you to try everything. As an employee, you are very set in your specific role. I can't ask to go out on a story. I'm a news writer. If I was an intern, I could do all of that and more. So when you intern, you have that opportunity to say, hey, can I record after the morning show is over? Can I? Yeah, sure. Go talk to the production team, see if they're willing to stick around. Boom, shoot that. Get in good with some reporters. Can I go out with you in the field? Shoot a couple stand-ups after you're done. Sure, whatever. Your opportunities are endless as an intern. You can do whatever you want.
So how much freedom do the producers give you on what to write? Is it pretty much just kind of just put this together and that's it, or do you kind of?
So we get a rundown. So we come in and we sign on and we look at the rundown, and next to the stories are your names that you're assigned to. And so you are assigned to stories, but if you get assigned a VO, which is that's the right. So those are usually 25 seconds. You want to add some gnat sound on the top of that? They love when you suggest stuff like that. They love that. Turn it into a stop VO, that's kind of pushing it because they're on a time crunch or whatever. I would say on the weekends you get a lot more freedom, which is why I don't mind working on the weekends, because it's a lot more chill. You get to wear you can wear your workout clothes to work. It's like 10 people in the newsroom as opposed to 50, 75. The producer is a lot more lax on the weekend, and he will, you can suggest stories, but it's not that they're like Nazis, trying to, control you. That's not what it is, but it's, they have a show and a reputation to upkeep. But they are always open to suggestions. So you're constantly writing in terms of, because the pace is so fast. But it's not like, oh my God, I just wrote a 1,000-word paper. No, it's not like that.
But it's something that you finish within a day, or
Oh yeah, you
carry
have to
over?
finish. No,
Oh,
you
okay.
have to finish it. No, you have to finish.
Because I'm thinking, I'm like, I'd love to write, but if it's something that has to carry on for like a week or so. I'm
No,
like,
you have to finish it. If your story doesn't air, you're going to be in trouble. So it make air. Yeah, so it's different. It's very fast paced. It's like if this was a newspaper article and I passed it out to you guys and I gave you 5 minutes to write a 25 or 30-second VO. That's what it is, only constantly.
like about 10 of them.
Yeah, like constantly. And then you put it in the show though. So with the video and, you know, and banners or whatever, those things that you see scrolling at the bottom, you know, their titles, the people's titles that are talking, or where it's at, where the video is, like where on earth is this video coming from? And then it comes up. You're responsible to put all that in there.